Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this workshop, Learn the Basics of Google Calendar, presented by Go with Google. Grow with Google helps people not only grow their skills, but careers and businesses, but offer free digital skills training and tools. I'll start by introducing myself. My name is James Mitchell, and I'm a marketing intern at Chicostart. And I'm so excited to be with you guys here. This workshop will be divided into modules. During each module, I'll demonstrate, different ways you can use your Google Calendar to keep your life organized. And at the end of each module, you'll have the chance to practice that step on your computer by yourself, of course. This workshop will demonstrate how Google Calendar looks on a computer. It may look a little different if you use it on your phone or another mobile device. And then finally, you can also have the option to turn on YouTube's closed captioning to follow along. To do so, click the closed caption button directly on the video player on your screen. And with that being said, let's get started. So, what is Google Calendar? I'm sure many of you have heard what Google Calendar is. Some of you may have not, but for those of you who haven't, of course, Google Calendar is just an online calendar that you can keep track of everything you need to remember and do. It's free for users and comes a part of the free Google account. So, if you have a Gmail, you also have access to a Google Calendar as well. Um, Have you ever written down your appointments in a planner? Google Calendar is a digital version of just that. You can use it to schedule appointments, create reminders for yourself and others, and also invite people to meetings. Like a planner, it keeps you organized and on time and on schedule. Unlike a paper planner, Google Calendar can be accessed from any device with internet access. So you can easily change and delete information from any device you use, and we'll see the most up to date version of your calendar no matter how you view it. Google Calendar also allows you to digitally share a calendar with anyone. To gain access to your calendar, first, you just sign into your Google account. Signing in is a bit like unlocking the door from your home. It's a process to make sure that only you can access your Google account. So, what I want everybody to do, if you are listening to this, open a new tab in your browser window. Just go to google.com, and if you're not signed in, click sign in. You're going to want to enter your username and password. Then after that, to gain access to your calendar, first you're going to sign into your Google account, of course. Um, and here's how you're going to get access to your Google Calendar. Next to your Google profile, there's going to be an icon. You're going to click on that. It's called the Google Apps menu icon, which is located on the upper right side of your screen. This menu will show a list of Google apps, and you're going to scroll down until you find Google Calendar. You're going to click on Google Calendar. You're going to open it. You want to take a look at your Google Calendar. This is the main section where you'll see the events that you've added to your calendar. There are a few different ways to view this section, of course, but I'll go into more details in that in a few minutes. Oh, excuse me. There's a mini view of the full month on the left side of your screen. You can quickly use this to jump to a different date. Below, there's also a search bar that you can use to find specific people who might be invited to events you put on the calendar. Underneath that, you also see My Calendars. And My Calendars is a list of calendars that you have access to when the checkbox next to any of them is checked. You'll be able to see the events in that category as well. Following that, the Create button will allow you to create a new event on your calendar. So if you want to still continue to make events, just click that Create button again and again and again until you, run out of time for that day to create more events for them. You'll be the only person as well who can see that you put it on your calendar, unless you choose to let other people see your calendar events. So I'll talk more about that later. Um, and with that being said, we'll move forward. Calendar views allows you to see your schedule in different increments. First, you'll open the menu in the upper right side of the screen, and by default, calendar is set to week log increments. So you only get to see like a week's worth of events posted. That's just on default. Yours might say day, months, years, schedule, or 4 days. But you want to click the word to open a menu. You can see a single day or a week or a month or even a year. You can also see 4 days at a time. To change the view, you're going to open the menu on the right side of the corner. You're going to choose the increment of the time, whether it's the day, week, month, year, or 4 days, etc. You can also view your schedule, which is shown in the written list of the events you've created. So in this next section, you'll learn how to add events to your calendar. An event can be anything that you need to schedule. And remember, a work week, get together with friends, event, or even a reminder to water your plants are all events that you can add to your schedule, um, to Google Calendar. You can also use your calendar to create a reminder for something that you need to do or create a task so you can tackle down your to-do list. In this module, you will learn to create a calendar event or for an imaginary meeting. If you have a real life meeting, you can also put that in your calendar event as well. This workshop will be used um, as an example event that we'll call a team meeting. So here's how you'll do so. First, you're going to click on create, as I stated before, in the upper left corner, and then you're going to click on the words add title, and then you're going to type the name of your event. Next, you're going to add the date, time, and description of your event. You're going to start with the date. You're going to click on the display date to reveal a mini calendar. And on that mini calendar, you're going to click on the day when your event will take place. Then you're going to click on the time. You're going to type in the start point, the starting time, and as well as the ending time for your event. If your event will be all day, like a vacation, check the box next to all day. Now, click on the description and then type in the short description for your event. Now, your description can just describe what the event will be, or it can describe what what it is, depending on what you put. If you know the location where this event will take place, you're gonna click on the location and just type it in. So this stuff, I stated before, is pretty straightforward. It's definitely easy to do, easy to implement, um, and yeah. Um, Now it's your turn. So create your first event. This doesn't have to actually be an actual event, or you can just make one up, or you can use an upcoming appointment or meeting or something else on your schedule. But for practice, of course, you're going to want to click create, as always, in the upper left corner. You're going to once the menu opens, you're going to type in the title of your event. Next, you're going to click on a date and time to add in the time of the date of the event, and then finally, you're going to type a short description of said event. Okay, inviting guests. So some events you'll schedule will just be for you. For example, you can create an event reminding of yourself to take a walk every day, or anything little like that. But most events, such as meetings, dates, and appointments, involve more than one person. In this module, you'll learn to invite guests to attend your event. When you invite a guest to your event, though, you'll receive an invitation. If they have a Google account, the event will automatically appear on their Google Calendar. So here's how to do it. To invite guests to your event, you're going to click on Add Guests and type in the email addresses of the people you want to invite. After you type in each email address, you're going to want to click Enter or Return on your keyboard. If it's an email that you've contacted before, your guest's Google profile may pop up as a suggestion, and you have the option if you may or may not want to click it. The people you invite to your event will receive an email notification letting them know about the event, even if they don't have a Google account. Um, Everyone you invite can let you know if they're going to go by clicking yes or no or maybe. That links in the email. Next, if you want your guests to be able to change the time and the date of your event, you can also click on guest permissions. Guest permissions allows you um, to choose how much access your guests can have to change or add to your event. You're going to click the modify event box, which will allow your guests to change the time of the event to a more convenient one that's for them. If your guests do modify the event, they'll have the option of sending you an email and letting them know of the new time. And the new time of the event will automatically show on your calendar. Now it's your turn. Invite one or more guests to your meeting. First, type in the email address, click enter, then return. Yeah, of course, you have the options to let guests in and modify your event. and you're going to click on guest permissions, and then you're going to check the modified event. Now on to the next module, adding a video conferencing. So video conferencing allows you to have conversations online with people while seeing their faces and hearing their voices. Google's conferencing platform is called Google Meet, and it was designed to work seamlessly with Google Calendar. As of course, this workshop is coordinated with Google Meet as well. But when you create an event in Google Calendar, you have the option to add Google Meet to your event. So when you choose to add video conferencing, your event invitation will include a link to all your attendees, um, so that all your attendees can use to join a Google Meet session. And it's easy. So to add a video conferencing to your event, you're going to want to open your event and you're going to click Add Google Meet Video Conferencing. The Add Google Meet Video Conferencing button will change to say Join with Google Meet. Meeting code will appear below the button. When it's time to start your video conference, everyone can join by just clicking the mirror button. Now it's your turn. You're going to add a video conferencing to your event, and you're going to start by clicking the Add Google Meet Video Conferencing button. For the next module, we're going to add an attachment. And sometimes when you create an event, you're gonna want to need to send a document or a file to the people who will attend your meeting, maybe as an itinerary or maybe as a memo. This can be an article that you want your meeting attendees to read, or a document to review, or an agenda that you can all go through together. You can also distribute this file to your meeting attendees by adding an attachment to your calendar event. And here's how to do it. Step one, you're going to want to click Add Description or Attachments. Menu will open, allowing you to choose to add a description or attachments. You're going to click Add Attachment specifically, and then a window will open, prompting you to attach a recent file. It could be the file that was most recent, or a file from your Google Drive, or a file that was shared with you on your Drive, or a file you upload from your device. You can also type something in the search bar to help you find a file to attach. So it's 2 easy steps. Now it's your turn again. You can add an attachment to your event by simply doing 2 of the following. One of which is to click Add Description or Attachments, and 2 is to click Add Attachments. And after that, you're going to select a document to add, of course. Great. Now, once you have created an event, you can always edit it and to adjust any of the settings or add a notification. So you can edit a scheduled event at any time. To do so, you're going to want to find the event on your calendar. You're going to want to double click it. And now you can edit any aspect of the meeting, whether it's the title, whether it's the date and time, the location, the description, add or remove guests, or give them more or less permission to modify the event, as well as invite more guests. Now it's your turn again. Try to edit your event, find your event, and change the event title by clicking on the current title and typing in something new. For the next module, we're going to add notifications. Now, sometimes it's helpful to get a reminder for an upcoming event. Google Calendar's event notification will alert you when you have an event coming. You can receive different types of events notifications. Sorry. One type of notification, of course, is emails. Next is desktop notifications, which are reminders that show up on your computer's desktop, and also alerts. Alerts will only show when Google Calendar is open on your browser, but they are very helpful. What is a notification? A notification are just reminders of scheduled events. This event has a notification scheduled to go out 10 minutes before it begins. That is the default for adding an event for Google Calendar. It usually reminds you 10 minutes before the event has started. You can also decide how far in advance of your event you want to receive the notifications. For a big event, like a friend's birthday, you may want to get your notification a week or or more in advance. That would give you time to buy a card and put it in the mail, etc. For a meeting at your workplace, you may only need 5 or 10 minutes notice, just enough time to walk to the place where you'll hold your meeting and grab some water. No matter what the default settings are for your Google Calendar, you have the option of adding notifications. Sorry, any amount of time before your events. As I mentioned before, your events may automatically include a notification, but if you want to add your own notification, just first double click your event on the calendar, and this will open your event in edit mode. And now that you're in edit mode, you can have all the details about your event, and you can see if a default event has been set up. If not, you'll see the words "add notification." You're going to click on that, and then you're going to want to select email versus notification. Then you're going to want to select a time increment, and then you're going to type in a new number. So I want you guys to try it out for yourself. Go ahead, click on notification, and then you're going to want to select an email or notification, whether which option you would like to receive it in, and then you'll update the timing of that notification. Okay, moving forward. Privacy settings. So there are a few settings in Google Calendar that allows you to customize your experience and ensure your privacy. In this section, we'll talk about notification and privacy settings in Google Calendar. So let's talk about it. Um, First, you're going to click on default visibility. Default visibility is will be on your screen, as well as select public or private. So you have these two options: whether you want it to be public, whether you want it to be private, or or one of the two, and the options are yours. And now it's your turn. You're going to set your meeting to private, and by doing that, you're going to double click your event to open up the edit menu, and then you're going to click on default visibility. And after that, you're going to want to select private. For repeating and duplicating events, here's how to do it. Lots of events repeat themselves. Your team or a class might huddle up every morning or have a touch base meeting every week. Birthdays happen every year, of course. You might even have a specific appointment on the third Wednesday of every month, just to set an example. Or maybe you just want to give yourself a reminder to pay your rent on the first day of each month. Luckily, Google Calendar makes setting up repeating events simple. Once you create a new calendar event, you're going to click open. You're going to open the menu by clicking on the text that says does not repeat." You'll see different suggestions for repetition, of course, daily, weekly, etc. To set up your own cadence for repetition, you want to click custom, and from here you can choose exactly when or how often you want your meeting to repeat. And then when you're done, you're going to want to click save to save your event. Now that you just had a meeting of with a group of people, it went so well, you want to hold that meeting every week at the same time, or you want to hold a follow up meeting 1 week later. Luckily, there's one way to duplicate a calendar event. So you can make a copy of that event and then change whatever details you want to make sure the event shows up on everyone's calendar every week. And to do this is fairly simple. To duplicate an event, you're going to double click on the event to open it in edit mode. And once you're in edit mode, you're going to open more actions menu. After that menu is shown, you're going to click duplicate. An exact copy of the event will open with the same title, and invited guests and details will be duplicated. Making changes to update this duplicated event um, will require you to either change the title, invited guests, or even have the option to change when the event or where the event is stored. And when you're done updating the event, you're going to click save, and it will save onto your calendar. So try this out again for yourself. Set a weekly repeating event. Click does not repeat to open up your repeating menu, and you're going to click on weekly on Friday, and you're going to click save. So moving on, creating a new calendar. Google Calendar allows you to create new calendars at any time. So why wouldn't you want more than one calendar? Creating multiple calendars within your Google account allows you to color code certain type of events and view them as a group. You can create a calendar just to see your work events and and another to see your child's extracurricular activities, or you can also create a calendar to function as your workout schedule. The owner of this Google Calendar has created a. If you see in the example, the owner of this Google Calendar has created a few individual calendars. Each calendar is listed on the left side under My Calendars. The view of each calendar can be turned off or turned on by selecting and unselecting the check marks next to it. One calendar in orange tracks family fun. Another calendar in purple tracks her workout schedule. In green, you can see the U.S. holiday calendar. Google Calendar automatically subscribes you to a holiday calendar for your home country, and you can decide not to view the holidays by unclicking the checkbox next to the calendar, or you can delete the calendar entirely. Entirely, if the owner of this calendar wants to see her workout schedule, she can uncheck the boxes next to her own calendar and keep the box for her workout schedule checked. It's all up to her. So to create a new calendar, here's how you would do it. Um, let's imagine you want to create a new calendar with your team at work to track everyone's upcoming time off. First, you're going to create a new calendar by on the left side of the Google Calendar. Scroll down to My Calendars until you see Other Calendars. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to click on the plus mark next to Other Calendars. You're going to click on Create a New Calendar. Given that the new calendar, given the new calendar, um, give the new calendar a different name that lets you know what's it's for or how to use it. So, for example, you can use a name like Family Events Calendar or a Team Volunteer Work Calendar. Um, Once you have the name, you're going to want to write a description, just a few sentences about the purpose of the calendar and how it will be used, of course. A work time off calendar description could be read like, add in your days off as soon as they're approved. Finally, you're going to set your time zone. You're going to keep in mind that the people using the calendar in different time zones will automatically see the times updated in their own calendars. And when you're done, you're going to click Create Calendar. Now it's your turn. Create the plus button. Click on the plus button next to other calendars, and you're going to click on Create New Calendar. Type in a name for your new calendar, and then select the time zone when you're done, and then click on Create Calendar at the end. Now let's look at sharing a calendar. How can you share a calendar with other people? There's a lot of good reasons to share a calendar, and we'll discuss it in the upcoming slides. So once your calendar has been created, open up the settings menu by hovering your cursor over the new calendar in My Calendars. You'll see three vertical dots appear. Click them to your open your options menu, and then you click Settings and Sharing. Once you're in the settings and sharing menu, you're going to scroll down to make decisions based on your shared calendar. You're going to scroll down to the menu. You're going to decide on the visibility. You can type in the email addresses of collaborators, and you can decide on their level of access. To remove a calendar access, you're going to want to scroll to share with specific people, and you're going to click on the X next to the name of the person you want to delete. So I want you guys to try it out yourself. I want you guys to open the settings and sharing menu by click open up the settings by click add people, and then you're going to type in a person's email address, and then you're going to select the permission for that person. Moving on to our last module, our soon to be last module. I think this is the last module. It's will be learned from anywhere. So if you'd like to learn more skills that you can apply to your career or job search, Google has many training resources that you can access remotely. There are many different learning paths and options. So we'll talk about these tools and determine which ones make sense for you right now. So grow your digital skills no matter where you're located. Through online workshops, you can learn skills that can help you stay connected and productive. Grow your skills while being prepared, while prepare while preparing you for the career that you want. If you want to register for free virtual workshops to enhance your digital skills and grow your career, go register for virtual workshops with the link g.co/grow on air, and that will allow you to continue your education. If you want to quickly sharpen your skills, check out Primer's lessons on everything from marketing to your business, for your business, to improving your resume. Primer is a free app you can download to your phone. If you have an Android device, you can download it at Google Play. If you have an Apple device, you can download it at the App Store. The Primer app offers a 5-minute lessons focused on conducting a productive job search and adding digital skills to your resume and many more. For Apply Digital Skills offers is a section in Google for Education and offers free video-based lessons to prepare learners for all ages for jobs that require basic digital skills. Today, we touched on a few of the collaboration of features for Google that it has to offer. To get more in-depth training on these tools, Google offers free Google Workspace training. So you can even get an official certification in Google Workspace if you'd like, and add it as a credential to your resume. So, with that being said, this wraps up the presentation portion of today's workshop. Um, Thank you guys for showing up, and have a good one.